Up next on The Bottom Line, Montgomery County begins vaccinating as a new site opens with a special visitor. We'll tell you about 2 county high school students who have launched a website to help residents get their vaccines.
So we're glad that we're able to fill the void and give them the opportunity to get the vaccines that they need.
A local Montgomery County couple who wrote a book for kids to make mask wearing more relatable and less scary.
It changed their mind totally, and they started wearing their masks. In some cases, the child didn't want to take the mask off.
And game on. 8 Montgomery County recreation centers are now open for programs and classes.
To be able to get in here, feel like you're being back in life again, it feels great.
Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm Susan Kenedy. In an effort to reach underserved communities that have been disproportionately impacted by COVID-19, Montgomery County has opened a new vaccination site at the East County Recreation Center. Located in one of the areas hardest hit with COVID-19 infections and deaths, the center will focus on getting those residents 75 and older vaccinated.
Of the African Americans who've been vaccinated, only 6% are in that 75 plus group, and they represent 12 or 13% of the population. So we're drastically underrepresented.
And getting the vaccines to the people who need it the most, our elderly residents and our black and brown residents. Right here in this district, this is my district, we have so many of the 10 hardest hit zip codes.
And in a show of confidence in getting the vaccine, 101-year-old county resident Harvey Ziegler, a pioneer in civil rights and social activism, rolled up his sleeve to receive his first shot.
Look at these guns, man.
Given to him by Dr. Georges Benjamin, Executive Director of the American Public Health Association.
Well, I mean, he's the exemplar, right? The B101, and that means he's got, great genes, he's been healthy, he's taking care of himself, and yet even he wants to be protected from this terrible disease. And we have a tool to prevent it. Why shouldn't we take the shot?
Mr. Ziegler told us that getting the vaccine is the right thing to do to protect himself and those around him. This county leader, who is also a World War II veteran, says he's ready to return to the daily things in life he misses most.
I'd like to get back to my exercise. I miss that, and going to church. And I keep the faith, and I feel like in the future I will accomplish some of these things.
As of February 20th, more than 120,000 county residents have received 1 dose of the vaccine, and 41,000 are now fully vaccinated.
Well, thank you for doing this. I know you have...
County health officials say that more than 50% of residents aged 75 and older have received their first dose. Vaccinations are by appointment only. To register, visit the county website. We all know that scheduling an appointment for a COVID-19 vaccine can be an exhausting process. But 2 Montgomery County high school students have developed a new website specifically designed to help notify county residents when and where vaccines are available. Adam Lederer and Nicholas Fedek have been friends since they were students at Argyle Middle School.
I believe we had an Innovative Minds class together, which is just an engineering class, something we both took together. And we did projects in that class. We got to know each other, and that friendship continued on to 8th grade, where we got into more computer science-based classes, learning Java, web development, stuff like that.
As Nicholas moved on to Wheaton High School and Adam to Clarksburg High, they remained friends and continued to work on projects together. They heard about how people were having difficulty scheduling vaccine appointments, so they decided to put their tech skills to use to help folks get information on available appointments.
So basically how it works is whenever there's an update throughout different websites, our program basically goes to the different web pages such as CVS, Walgreens, etc. And they actually grabs the information we need, sends it back over to our web page, and then processes that to then display on the screen.
MocoVax has been up and running for less than 2 weeks and already has close to 100,000 unique users.
They said, "Thank you guys so much. Using your website, I was able to get my dad a vaccine after trying for 2 weeks." And so we're glad that we're able to fill the void and give them the opportunity to get the vaccines that they need.
The site is lightning fast. updating information every 100 milliseconds.
Oh, there you go. So yeah, this is what it would look like.
Wow.
You don't have to sign up like a million things or put your email, text message. All of it's available to anyone. We wanted to make it very accessible, and we thought that was really important to make it accessible. And so it was all centralized in one place for anyone. And so people could just go to the website, and if they're in need of a vaccine, hopefully within the next half an hour, they can find a vaccine that easily.
So we just need to fill in all of this and click schedule it.
They've also set up an Instagram where they are connecting with young people who are trying to find appointments for their older family members.
Through this COVID pandemic that we find ourselves in, government can't do it alone. And so many people have stepped up and said, how do I do my part to make sure that I'm helping my community, that I'm helping my fellow man, to make sure that I can contribute. And all of these things have created this call, but also an awareness amongst the many of our young people who have grown very passionate about what it is that they need to do to continue to make sure that they have an even better society.
Councilmember Nancy Navarro serves on the Education Committee. She sent a message congratulating the pair on their good work.
Thank you for using your incredible talent to help our residents navigate the vaccination process through your awesome website, MocoVax. You are what makes our county special.
That's pretty nice.
That's very nice. Yeah, that's super nice.
Yeah.
It feels really good, but I think I feel really good helping our teachers. And we've had plenty of teachers reached out to us to our Instagram or even our past teachers, like through email, telling us that they were able to get a vaccine because of us. And it feels really good to be able to do that. It feels good to give back to the community.
You can see the good work of Nicholas and Adam by visiting mocovax.com. While COVID-19 vaccines are now available, most of us continue to live in pandemic mode, wearing masks, social distancing, and frequent hand washing. But for the younger generation, those restrictions can be tough to abide by, especially wearing a mask for a long period of time. Sometimes your best ideas come when you least expect it, which is the case for Lisa and John Thompson of Rockville, who came up with a winning concept while walking around their neighborhood.
I would see the kids in the neighborhood, and we were wearing masks at the time when we were walking, and I thought, what do the kids think about all this? This must be so scary and so confusing for them.
A writer, Lisa Thompson, and her husband, John, an artist, thought more about how children were dealing with the new normal of mask wearing, so they decided to partner up to publish Lucy's Mask, a story about a young girl who learns her mom is making her a mask, but not the type of mask she's thinking of.
She thinks her mom is making her a traditional mask that covers her eyes. So she runs off to her toy box and where all of her costumes are. She's a very imaginative child, and she digs around till she finds one of her masks that she already has, and she puts it on, and this, just sort of sparks her imagination, and she starts to think about all the things she can be, which is, of course, when her mom comes and explains that it's a different kind of mask.
Lucy's Mask was published last spring using Amazon's Kindle Direct Publishing, and it's been on Amazon's bestseller list with thousands of reviews.
I drew her by hand, scanned it in, and then...
When John Thompson began to create Lucy's character, he thought of his own daughter, the youngest with 3 older brothers, and tough as nails.
It became immediately clear to me exactly what this could look like. It's very, very visual. What she came up with was a very visual idea. And it took a while to get the character of Lucy squared away. But once we did, it started to fall together pretty quickly.
So the face mask comes in at the very end of the book, and the little short and sweet line that her mom tells her that this is a different kind of mask. And then just kind of on, the last page is her walking through the neighborhood with her mom, and she's wearing her mask.
The next logical question would be why are you a superhero when you wear a face mask? And that would be the conversation starter that teachers and parents could have.
Hi, my name is Caroline. I'm the educator at Louisiana's Old State Capitol.
And that conversation is happening across the country. Lucy's Mask has appeared virtually in classrooms.
Welcome to Storytime with Miss LaPerry.
And it's going to share with us how we can be superheroes and wear our masks.
Living rooms.
Lucy's Mask.
And even in the office of Councilmember Will Juwando.
With this mask, you truly help to save the world.
For his weekly virtual story time.
You know what I like about this book, Lucy's Mask, is that it's about how much fun you can have with masks. The masks that go over your eyes, masks that go over different parts of your face, but that with this mask, the mask that I'm wearing, you can have fun and be a superhero with your mask.
We didn't want to turn this into a science lesson or have it be something that kids would start rolling their eyes over. Her mom explains that this mask will make her a superhero because she's protecting other people from germs and herself from getting sick from germs.
The Thompsons are measuring the success of Lucy's Mask, not with numbers and sales, but with real-life affirmation from parents who have used the book to simplify the complexities their children may feel about wearing a mask.
With this kind of mask, we'll help save the world.
We've had parents reaching out to say that their child refused to wear the mask, that they were upset with it, they didn't like it, and after reading Lucy's Mask, it changed their mind totally, and they started wearing their masks. In some cases, the child didn't want to take the mask off. So that was just so heartwarming.
This will be coming out in a week or two.
The Thompsons have a second book, Lucy's Quiet Day, that will be released this month on Amazon, where you can find Lucy's Mask. Recreation centers are frequently the center of community life. In a great sign of progress during this pandemic, 8 county rec facilities are now open and hosting programs and classes for residents. Kenny Bell is one happy man.
So I'm really glad the gym's open again.
That's because he's now able to get back to his workout routine at the Bower Drive Recreation Center.
To be able to get in here, feel like you're being back in life again, to be honest with you, to be back in life, because you feel like you're all out there in left field somewhere. So it feels great.
Hello.
After almost a year, 8 county recreation centers are now open.
You're Henry? All right, Henry, you're good.
On a limited basis to host children and adults for working out and small instructor-led sessions for basketball, pickleball, fitness, and boxing.
It's awesome for us. I mean, for our staff who have worked so hard during this closure period of the pandemic. Even though we've been closed, they're still working, but in other areas. They've been doing elections and Health and Human Service testing and vaccine. For them, it's getting back to the mission of what we do, and why they became rec specialists is to provide access to fitness and wellness and some social engagement for our residents. So we're excited about being able to get back to some level of normalcy.
The community recreation centers that are open are Bower Drive, Damascus, Nancy H. Dasick, North Potomac, Jane E. Lawton, Plumgar, Potomac, Praisner, and White Oak.
The opening of these 8 facilities is so significant, both because it's going to help the residents to be able to actively participate in really important, fun, and prevention-based programs that improve health and wellness. And I think for those folks participating in those programs, it's going to help with mental health and wellness as well as physical mental health and wellness. Because as we know, the pandemic has so disproportionately impacted our most vulnerable populations.
At the Bower Drive Center,
You're gonna smack the ball.
the familiar sounds of kids playing and sneakers squeaking are back. Corey runs the Kid Fit 101 class at the center.
So this is Kid Fit 101. This is an awesome physical fitness program for kids. Just something that's structured to keep the kids active and to most importantly, to keep the kids having fun. So that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Tell me what the best thing is about being here.
The best thing about being here is for the exercise.
Oh, and what about you?
Having fun.
Having fun, I love it. And what about you?
Exercising and having fun.
Though he prefers to work out twice a day, Kenny is just happy to be able to get out for a little gym time. He comes to Bower Drive 4 times a week now, and it's not just for his physical health.
Physical means everything to the mental. It means everything. Because when you're dormant and you're not doing anything, your mind wanders, it's weak. You get out here and you start lifting weights, and you feel good about yourself, the excitement level comes back up in your life, that's all.
Residents will need a fit and play pass to reserve a fitness room for gym activities. Visit the county's recreation website to get yours. Well, that does it for this edition of The Bottom Line. For County Cable Montgomery, I'm Susan Kenedy.